My name is Katherine Woodfield, and I wrote Don't Buy That Health Insurance, Become an Educated Healthcare Consumer. One of the things we consumers don't understand is our relationship with our physicians relative to their billing, our hospitals relative to their billing. We know we get services from these providers. We know we're there because we see them. But actually, the check bypasses us. The billing bypasses us. We don't actually see what's going on behind the scenes. Well, I don't need to know how everything works to buy every product. I don't need to know how the bakery baked the bread to know that it's good bread or not good bread. I don't need to know how everything works with everything. But when it comes to my healthcare choices, it's very enlightening to understand how doctors bill. So one of the things a lot of people don't realize is that pretty much every single thing you do when you see a doctor has a code. You're coded within an inch of your life. And they recently upgraded or changed a bunch of codes, and that will probably lead to an unexpected confusion in claims processing. So doctors have to hire coders to make sure that everything that they did, they tick off what they did and it's got a code and that the code goes into the insurance company. They have to buy computer software to transfer the claim to the insurance company. They often have to talk with the insurance company who may deny the claim because they're not sure why the doctor did it. And then sometimes they don't even get paid, so they have to hire staff for the sole purpose of interacting with the insurance company and the claims and so forth. So one of the things the doctors have to bring in just because you work with insurance is an entire system to working with insurance. So it's very expensive. It adds to their cost of staying open. Now you guys are all business people. So you know that you need to earn, or you might know, let's say your break even is $200 an hour. You need to have $200 an hour coming in to make sure that the lights stay on, the salaries stay paid. You have a certain amount of money you need to have coming in. But doctors don't know exactly how much they're going to be paid on any given day for any given service. Now, in my town, we have a pediatrician that's got 5 or 6 doctors in the office. So they could, on any given day, see 300 unique patients. And of those 300 patients, given all the employers in the area, it's entirely possible that there were over 300 different plans that walk through that door too. But the doctors don't know from person to person all the ins and outs and subtleties of all the plans. Even the office manager, they need a copy of your card, they scan your card, no one sees it. And part of one of the reasons we're losing control of this costs is because no one sees what's happening. It's all becoming computerized and no one's actually looking at these numbers. So the doctors get what's called maximum allowable. And there's a chapter in my book where I discuss using language against you. See, maximum allowable sounds kind of greedy. I mean, he's not willing to take the minimum, right? He wants the maximum allowable. But here's the thing. He has no idea how much he's going to be paid. So he takes a number, and one of the examples I say, let's say that if he was a cash receiving doctor only, he only accepts cash. And for this service, he's going to charge you $100. So if he only charged $100 to the insurance company, the maximum he could possibly get is $100. But of those 300 unique claims, some of the insurance companies might have paid him $113 or $125, or they might have paid him $60, or they might pay him $68, or they might pay him $12. For the very same codes, he doesn't necessarily know, based on the selection of patients that are coming in, how much money is going to come in each day. So what he does is he takes a number that he knows for sure is higher than he's likely to be paid for this $100 service, so he takes a number like $200. I'm definitely not going to collect $200. And he sends that out there, and the insurance companies all cut it back, but he makes sure that those few companies that were more generous, that were going to pay him $115 or $120, those plans that were going to be a better payoff, that he catches those extras, because there's going to be plenty of them that it's $58 and $60 and $65. So all he's doing, this is like defensive pricing. I mean, can you imagine if you had to run your business guessing at how much you were charging people for your services? It's absurd. And the hospitals have the same problem. They too have no idea what's going to get paid. And then if you lump it all into one sum in ADR, if you lump it all, well, if one person took 40 man hours to, in a day, and one person took 2 man hours in the day, but you still get the same amount of compensation, how do you meet payroll? So there's a big disconnect between how the billing is handled and how the how we don't see any of that. All we see is, I don't even know what this bill is for, it's not itemized, it's, you know, I don't know what I owe, but they billed $120,000 and my insurance company cut it down to $10,000 and my responsibility is $2,000. Well, so what did your insurance do for you? Well, the difference between 120 and 10 is what your insurance did for you. It just got rid of $130,000 worth of expenses. That's a pretty nice thing that the insurance company did. And then they even picked up another 8. You're kind of stuck with 2. But 2 is a significantly better number than 130. You have to look at the whole picture. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but if you understand that everybody's doing this defensive billing process, not because they necessarily feel it's the best rate, but rather because they just don't know how much they're going to get paid. So one of the chapters in my book on page 56 and 57, I found this Dr. Jones in Austin, Texas, and he said, I'm done working with HMOs, I'm done working with PPOs, I'm done working with insurance. I'm posting my rates, and if you want to know how much it costs for a good or a service, here's how much it costs. So, CBC, I will do a complete blood count for you for $23. Sounds fair? Anybody feel that that would be an unreasonable charge for a CBC? Right? Well, my point is this, if you know how much things cost, if you have transparency of pricing, even the doctors, some of them just throw their hands up and say, you know what, I'm done with the insurance companies, I'm done dealing with it, I don't have to hire people, I don't have to deal with people questioning whether or not I should be doing this test or not doing this test. The doctors, sometimes they just say, I'm done. It's not worth the aggravation, I'm not making enough money, I can make more money if I just get paid cash for doing what I'm being asked to do.